Hey, what's going on, everyone? Holy cow, lots been going on in everything. Obviously, we know we get on Facebook every single day and see the craziness and the madness going on in the world today, and so there's no need to recap anything. One thing that I do kind of want to talk about real quick is put up an article earlier today about an individual who attempted suicide, and he kind of gives a little glimpse into his mind of the inner workings of what was going on inside his head prior to him all the way prior to and all the way up to and then after, because he ended up surviving, and he wanted to kind of give everyone a little bit of a visual of how what led up to that moment in his life. And I saw a great meme the other day, and it was targeted at fathers, but I think it's more targeted at everybody. And it showed two like heads, like thinking heads, like the shadow, they're the silhouette. And one it said father up top, but in my opinion, it could be anybody, or it could be parent, or just whatever. And one on the left it said, there was a question, hey, how are you doing? It says, I'm fine, inside the silhouette of the head. And in the other one, it says what's really going on, and it had all sorts of worries going on inside the head that a parent was probably worried about. I'm not a parent, but I can understand, being in a household, the responsibilities of, are you making enough money, all the bills that you might have, all the other problems that come with owning a home as well as raising a family. Are you adequate enough? Thoughts of being a failure and not being where you thought you would be in your life, because we always have that visual when we're younger about, hey, this is where I project, this is where I bet my life's going to be, or I want my life to be, and then all of a sudden all these other factors happen, and we end up where we are today in this very moment in time. And it's very easy for us to have the whole frog in a frying pan kind of happen to us, so where the temperature's gradually risen to where we all of a sudden wake up and we're like, whoa, what happened to me? This isn't what I planned on. And then we start having those thoughts of, man, I didn't live up to what I thought I was going to be, I'm a failure. And then all of a sudden that turns into a little bit of a cancer of thoughts and starts to eat away at everything else now in our life. Maybe you're not there physically where you want to be. You kind of look at working out and you're having a hard time getting the motivation. I know I've struggled with this a ton in my life. I've struggled with the thoughts of failure, of being able, not having done certain things when I was in the military that I wanted to do, and trying to cast blame in other areas as to why that didn't happen. But then ultimately they came back onto me, to where I was like, oh, it was me. And having those self-doubts and things like that. Financially, always trying to chase that dragon of, where I thought and where I think I should be in that regard. And relationships, family for me, where I thought I would have been, but I'm not. And so whatever it may be, whatever your dragons might be that you're continuing to chase, and whatever those demons are that are constantly throwing arrows at you and causing those thoughts of doubt. What we have to look at is, there's reasons that things happen in our lives, and the third and fourth and fifth order of effects of things that were set into motion years and years ago have led us to this moment in time for a reason. We're never going to feel adequate for ourselves. We're never going to feel, in my opinion, we're never going to feel that we've reached it. And I think the silver lining in that is that can be turned into a motivating factor of, man, I'm always chasing the summit. I'm trying to get to the peak of Mount Everest, and hey, I'm just trudging along, getting there. That's, in my opinion, that's a good thing. Because the moment we stop caring, that's when, that's when that worry and that self-doubt and things like that can kind of start to affect us. I think the biggest thing with that, though, however, is the little goals that we always hear about. Set the little goals. We want to go for the 3 to 5 meter target, versus that 300 meter shot that we always end up missing. But hey, let's focus on the little. And the whole ounces equal pounds. little goals that we accomplish every single day, little teeny chores or things we do around the house, or things we do for a loved one, or things we do, whether it's at work or hobbies or whatever, reading a book, things like that, that help start to give us that sense of accomplishment. If you have debt, paying off the lower debt first versus going after that larger one, because that larger one just keeps getting larger even though you keep throwing the majority of your money at it, and those little ones start to grow. But although you might have a higher interest rate on the higher debt, the very fact and the very point that you're paying off that lower one, and then you see that zero, that gives you a little inkling of success, of accomplishment, that you did something. And now it's on to the next, and now you take all that kind of stuff. We know that. I'm not Dave Ramsey, so but it's just those little things. We have a ton to live for, and with what's going on in the world today, and especially in the country. I think more than ever, especially with if you're a veteran or you're still in the military or whatnot, but this could be anybody. If you are a God-fearing patriot and patriot being, you care about this country, and not any sort of political parties or affiliations or anything like that. But no kidding, the health and welfare of this country. You have a reason to live, and you have a reason to fight, and there is definitely a use for you that we all definitely can count on, need to count on you for, and we definitely need you in this fight. Anyway, this is one of my daily ramblings or monthly ramblings. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out anyway. I'm new at this shit. But anyway, just wanted to throw that rambling and that rant out at you. But I love y'all, and hey, hats off to my brother. Just had he and the mama of his child just had a new little boy on the 21st, and congratulations to him. Beautiful little boy. He's a Viking. He's the All-Father. So anyway, congrats, and we'll talk to y'all later.